Hello everybody, welcome back to Back Out of the Case. This is Skyflight 44, aka Zek44, and today I'm going to continue the Legacy of Goku series with Legacy of Goku 2. The first one I actually got to play, and this one's so much better than the original game. So let's immediately get into this. I wonder where my other game file went. I just played it today. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to save the game with save states then. Oh well. But I'm going to basically go through and when it comes to the dialogue, I'm not going to be going through it as fast as I did and well, the Legacy of Goku 1, because it was pointless in the Legacy of Goku 1. But I'm just going to allow it to stay on the screen for a little while before I continue on. Again, very much like the original Legacy of Goku, I expect you to know what the story is. If you're going into a Dragon Ball Z game, I expect you to know what the story is just about, because I don't really think many people who don't know what Dragon Ball Z is will probably go and watch a video about it, for me anyway. But it's so much about this game is just better than the original one. First off, and probably the best thing, we can run. Can you believe it? We can actually run. We can also go and it's not just a regular punch now. You can actually go punch, kick. It's not really random what it is, but it's adds a bit more variety and is a bigger actual range for it. Bigger sweep anyway. But Trunks ain't going to be able to go Super Saiyan. That sucks, Trunks. Oh well. We don't want you getting killed by the androids, do we? You're far too good a character for that to happen. Granted, considering the fact that Gohan's my favorite, I don't really like how Gohan doesn't survive this. Yeah, it is those androids again. Oh well. There's a lot that's different about this game. And let's just say... Trunks, you're actually at level 6? Interesting. Not to mention his power, holy crap, is really low compared to his strength. Wow, he's going to be doing like half damage when it comes to his key attacks compared to his regular, just melee attacks. But your energy doesn't actually continuously regenerate. That's one thing that does change in between that previous game and this game. And I think it might not, don't really remember when it comes to the next game, Boost Fury, which, even though it's not called Legacy of Goku 3, it is Legacy of Goku 3. But maybe it would still fit for that. But another thing that's actually changed is just the overall love that was put into the game. Granted, music's just as good, if not better, than the original Legacy of Goku. But the actual, just everything about it, how it looks, how it plays, just the story. And to be honest, I can say story because how they went and had the story play out, and how everything was so quick. The dialogue kind of felt jumbled up. This game, the dialogue and the just everything about it it flows so much better. You don't need to know the story of the Cell Saga to go into this game, understand the story, and have, just have fun with the story. Because the Cell Saga is probably the best actual saga in Dragon Ball. Outside, well, maybe for drama and all, and characters and such, I will say that some of the other actual arcs are really, really good. One of my favorites has to be the King Piccolo arc. That one was great. One of the only Dragon Ball arcs I actually got to see as a child. But, oh well. Yep, now we had to go and find our math book. And this is just so... Oh, look at him. 85 health, 20 energy. Well. He does have 40 experience already. Pretty much we're going to be going pretty quickly anyway. Quests, finish quests. Over at the items, we actually have quite a lot of items in this game. Though, we don't really have all that many healing items. You can get cookies from Mrs. Brief, but you're really not going to be getting anything out of cookies. You really only have sensu beans to help you heal up. But even that, it just feels they're incredibly useful, and to be honest, much easier to get in the game. Not so much like, it's not very much like they're incredibly easy to obtain, but they're easier as in when you want to get them, you can get them, sort of thing. Instead of just trying to find them everywhere. But there's no exit except for the window. Thus, we can actually just exit out of there. This is probably a dream. Of course it's a dream. Who would actually go through and not fall asleep with all the studying Chi-Chi as Gohan do. But here is how the game stops progress every now and again. But at the same time, it's not all that bad. Throughout the game, you will encounter barriers with floating numbers. The number is the level your character needs to be to pass the barrier. The color of the number is a clue to who is allowed to pass through the barrier. Light blue is Gohan. We're going to need to get up to level 2, though, to go, we'll continue through there. However, a lot of people might say that this forces level grinding on you, but at the same time, it's at least a heads up of don't go into this area without being at a certain level, or you're going to be screwed. But I don't remember this in the story. Oh, Goku's back. However, this is a dream. So I wonder what's going to happen. Yeah, Gohan doesn't know what actually happened to Namek. And it was Frieza all along. Ah, nothing but a loser. Come on, Gohan, let's go and beat him. Oh, yeah. The music in this game's awesome. The stun really helps, to be honest. That's probably one of the best things about the game, how it changed. Though you can really, as I had originally, like this, just get the bosses in a stun lock. Oh, this game's just so much better. Attribute points go up, strength, power, and endurance. That's another thing that this game has over the original. The original didn't actually have defense. I don't remember anything being... There's no defense to the game. basically you just get more health. The higher levels get more and more health. And that's all you really get in the game. But on this one, you don't really get all that much health increase. That was just 4. And not to mention, also our energy didn't increase all that much either. But having endurance will, you know, make everything count for more. But as you can probably guess, strength, your melee attacks, powers, your key attacks, and your endurance is, you know, your defense. But now, Frieza has been, Frieza's coming to Earth. And that's basically, or that's what I think is the reason why Gohan had that dream. Or, well, it's more of a nightmare. But, that's what I think is the reason why Gohan had that dream. Damn it. This is another thing that's actually really cool. Not to mention right there at that cliff. It just looks so much better. The presentation, all the love that they put into this game was lacking in the original Legacy of Goku. It's like they wanted to make a good game for this one. And holy crap, they did. Granted, there's still some problems I have. Actually, does the, I wonder, does that button do anything? One of the things that Boost Fury actually does is it actually, I believe, gives you a block button for once. You don't have a block button in this game. And you don't have a block button in the original Legacy of Goku. But each and every single game does continue to... Each and every single one does continue to give you more things that you can actually do. It makes the experience just so much better. Ah, large amount of energy. Now, I'm not going to be going to the left just yet. It really has nothing there but a gate for Goku. We're not going to be getting, if you know the story, for a good while. Ah, damn it. Yes. Not to mention, the enemies do drop items this time instead of the original game when they didn't drop anything. And holy shit, did it suck when they didn't drop any. In this game, it sucks when they don't drop anything. But oh well. This is a little capsule that we can go and take. Plus strength capsule. I don't actually go and use these. I've never used them when I played the game, except for the very final boss. I use them all at one point in the story in which, you know, they're supposed to become, you know, or Gohan's supposed to be far, far stronger. And by using every single capsule at that point, Gohan becomes really, really stronger. And it's just how I do things. Oh yeah, if we don't stop freezing now, we're gonna be screwed. But again, compared to the original game, this one just feels so much better. Looks so much better. Sounds so much better. And even then, the original game really didn't give you much to do except punch, maybe use your techniques. Even though one of them was used all the time. The other two, not so much. This game you actually have multiple different characters, and they don't actually have the same skills either. Granted, some of them aren't as good as the others. I'd probably say that probably the best one is Gohan. Then, for me, probably either Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and then Piccolo. Piccolo's probably definitely not the best. Now that I think about it, when I actually wanted to play as Piccolo, just looking at his stats where it just didn't fit when you looked at Gohan, who at the same level, just much better. Granted, I still do like Piccolo. And at least we actually get Piccolo. We get to use Piccolo in this game. You don't get to use him in the next game, which it makes sense in the story. He's getting outclassed, but oh well. Oh, look, Trunks can finally go Super Saiyan. Let's see him kick ass, too. Especially considering I hate these motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. The original game, those fucking Friezas, minions, I hate them going into it at least when you just get to Namek. They give you a lot of experience, which is the only consolation, but they do so much damage to you, and for a long-ass time, because you won't actually be able to do anything, or because until you get to like level 20, when your health starts to skyrocket, you can't take hits from them all that well. Now, obviously, we know who Trunks is. And we can, by this point, reasonably guess that, yes, he is actually from the future. Even without knowing what happens in the story, you could probably tell that from the game itself, just because, well, Gohan died in the other timeline, the future, and at the same time, he's also here. There's this weird guy that came into the past. Won't tell us much of anything, or why he knows that Goku's going to be here. The music. That brings a tear to my eye. They did a really nice job making all this music on the Game Boy Advance. There's Goku. We're not going to be able to use him for a good while. However, another thing I really like about this game and the next one, though it's not really, it's more of just a interesting little thing they did, not necessarily, it doesn't add anything to the game. But Goku was at level 25, his max level, in the original game. In this game, he starts out stronger at level 30, or was it 35? Somewhere around there. Once it comes to Boost Fury, you actually get Goku at level 55. The maximum level in this game is level 50. And I don't know the maximum level of Boost Fury because I've never gotten to it. Because don't even think that the maximum level is at 100. Well over 100. Well over 100. Ah, he's Vegeta's son. Interesting. Oh well. In 3 years, on the morning of May 12th at 10 a.m., two powerful entities will show up on Amembo Island. They have dreadful power, even by our standards. Yeah, that's not all that big a deal. They're not as bad as what they could have been in this game. Trust me, the boss fights don't get terribly hard until maybe semi-perfect Cell. Then that's definitely when the game starts to become really hard. But if you get used to attacking and that stun locking, the game isn't all that bad. But if you don't know how to do that all that well, this game kicked my ass a lot when I originally played it. Though I don't feel as if it's bullshit like the original Legacy of Goku when you're not leveled up enough. Well, that's good. Goku actually has his antidote. He's gonna die in the future. Not through a deadly fight. There's never going to be a fight to the death for Goku. He's just going to die through a heart disease. Well, at least that medicine's going to fix him up good. Now we can actually get back onto the plot. Well, get back into the game anyway. "3 years to train." It's not going to really be 3 years for us. It's going to be gone really, really quickly. But at least there's some things that the game makes us go and do while we're waiting. Gohan, you're going to have concussion by the end of this game. All these characters are going to have a concussion. She is right. Year and a half. Goku is gone for a long ass time. Ah, yeah, you can. Of course you can be quite mad. To be honest, I'm going to have to say it now. Both of these two characters are horrible parents. And what happens at the end of this game, what happens at the end of the saga, could have been fixed if not for these two, and specifically Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's generally a good parent, but she fails in one area and has great consequences for well, their family definitely by the end of this story, because Goku knows that Gohan has to be used, you know, for the sake of the defense of the Earth. Because Gohan has great potential. Chi-Chi doesn't want that to happen because Chi-Chi's seen... Well, Chi-Chi actually seen the last saga in Dragon Ball, in which it was the Piccolo versus Goku fight, which, might I add, was horrible. He was absolutely ruthless. And I think Chi-Chi had to have been traumatized after seeing that fight. It was brutal. And it's that fight that really gets her to just, in general, not want Gohan to fight at all. Oh shit. Yes. However, one thing that Chi-Chi should have done is just been a bit, well, the entire fight, all of the fights that Chi-Chi and Goku have about whether Gohan should fight or not, had to have had at least some amount of just... It had to have had an effect on the poor kid. It really had to have had some kind of effect on the poor kid. And just to be honest, Gohan probably would have been a bit more stable when he probably would have been a bit more stable when it came to being pushed over the edge. Had Chi-Chi just been a better parent and just helped him with some of those kind of anger issues that, well, if you don't know how to control your anger from the very beginning, you're not going to be doing too well in the world. And I really think that Chi-Chi could have helped during, well, Chi-Chi could have helped Gohan in general. Yeah. We have to go past this little float, but Hercule, this little bastard, isn't going to continue with the parade just yet, which is gonna suck. Oh well. I'll start this up in the next part. See you, everybody. Until next time.